Hey everybody, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Happy Tuesday. Glad to be with you today. Hope everyone's doing well this week and just wanted to drop in and really continue all of these great heart talk conversations. But today I want to really jump in and talk a little bit about something a word that you may not use a lot in the workplace, but a word that I think that we should really get familiar with. And the word is intimacy. I say that intimacy is the key, but this intimacy is the key for a lot of reasons. I remember growing up when I was little, not knowing what the word intimacy meant, but not even using that word really. But I remember having a just inherent desire and need for intimacy. I think we look at children and they cuddle underneath us. They want to hug. They want to play. They want to do things that we know as adults that we can define as intimacy. And so, recently, over the past year and a half, I've been conducting a research study for my doctorate work in the study is focused on love's influence or association with leader follower relationships and organizational performance. And because I conducted this study, we delve into different specific areas in research, and what has come from this research was amazing to me. But also something that when you find something out, but you kind of already knew it was really true, but it inspires you and it kind of invigorates you. What I found out in this study was that intimacy has a very high, strong, and positive relationship with leader follower relationships. That was not necessarily surprising, yet it was invigorating. And the reason why is because this is not about only workplace relationships, this is about human behavior, human psychology. What are humans drawn to? We're drawn to intimacy. Out of all the variables that I study in this research study, intimacy, passion, commitment. Intimacy was the one that actually stood out as having a strong positive association with leader follower relationships and organizational performance. What does that really mean ultimately? Well, we can go deeper and deeper into the data, but really on the surface, I just wanted to come and share with you today that whoever you are, whether it's in your personal life or your professional life, what we know, or what is it? What this study offers support for is that intimacy is key. Whether in your personal relationship or in your professional relationship, it's key to how relationships develop. It's key to how organizational performance and or in your life, how you get things done. Ultimately, when we have this intimacy, we have this knowing of sorts, this connection to one another. Intimacy really kind of elicits this idea of around trust and vulnerability and safety, right? These areas of focus that we talk about a lot independently, but really when we look at them collectively, it's really saying we want to be intimate. And I know when we say we want to be intimate, we automatically go to this romantic type of connection, right? And that's not the definition of the word, actually. When we look up the definition of intimate or intimacy, it's on the surface, is just genuinely connection, right? Connection, familiarity, again, eliciting trust, right? Um, eliciting vulnerability, safety. Intimacy is key. I found that to be an amazing finding in this study. And today, later on today, I actually defend my dissertation and my research for my dissertation. It's great when you get to do things um, that bring you value, bring a benefit to your life that you would do regardless. Like you would just do it on the humbug, right? And I'm so happy and humbled and honored that I was able to participate in this research study as a researcher to uncover some findings that I hypothesized myself and I kind of in my gut, understood and knew to be true. But when you have people independently take surveys and give you feedback, and then you look at that data and you analyze that data, and then it comes uh, to light that your hypotheses and or your hypothesis, however however number you were performing, conducting at least, when they come to light and you're able to really take an examination of that data, for me it was an awesome experience, and I'm I'm more invigorated by it, honestly, because I do believe in my personal life I've always been, I would say, challenged of sorts, looking for intimacy, looking for a level of love in my lived experience. That intimacy piece has been always been a challenge for me. I think it's when, depending on how you're raised and how you were brought up, intimacy can really feel uncomfortable in many spaces. And I think when we look at the workplace specifically, especially in my professional work, when we look at the workplace, we can see that struggles with intimacy from leaders and people in workplaces, it doesn't start in the workplace. The challenges and opportunities with intimacy really start from our personal experience, our personal lived experience outside of the workplace, how we were raised, how the family dynamic that we have, our friend dynamic that we have, the communities that we're in. If intimacy is have not been a key piece of our lived experience, whereby in which we are very comfortable with it, when we get to the workplace and people are trying to get to know us, people are trying to understand us, we definitely have our barriers up in the workplace, right? But even more so when it comes to things like intimacy and love and connection and engagement. And so I am thrilled, to say the least, to continue to learn more about how does intimacy actually influence workplace leader-follower relationships. How does the diving deeper into levels of intimacy, whether it be trust, vulnerability, safety, how do these experiences take shape within the leader follower experience, and ultimately how does that influence how organizations perform? I think it's a tremendous finding. I think it's also a tremendous area to continue to delve deeper into understanding the psychology of the human mind and heart as it relates to the workplace, and then obviously in looking deeper into not only the workplace, but then how do we actually show up in the workplace through our personal lived experiences. I'll be interested in some of you all's input. Please, as you look at this live or look at it in the recording, interested in what you think about intimacy in the workplace. Like, what does it mean to you when you say it? Like, what do you think about it when you hear it? Because, again, I think my goal in life at this point is to really deconstruct this idea, this myth around love and intimacy in any environment. That it's not welcome in an environment, or it's not appropriate in an environment. As humans, I believe love and intimacy is appropriate in all environments. If not only appropriate, it's required. I think it was required. And because it's required, I believe that we have to have more meaningful discussion around, one, how do we define love and intimacy in various environments, but then two, how then is it applied? How does it exist? And how can we create environments that are safe and trusting, and where people can be vulnerable, such that that level of intimacy and or love and or whatever any other type of connection that's healthy for us as humans to exist. How do we do that? I think that those are some meaningful questions, because I believe if we begin to delve into the true psychology of the human mind and the experience of the heart, I believe that then we can begin to see how performance in organizations, business performance, excellence, actually that we've probably been missing the mark. We've been not setting the mark even in a well-defined state. I will even contend that many of the metrics that we use in businesses are metrics that were ill designed. Ill designed because they were only designed from a lens of operations, right? We're gonna need to operate a certain way, and because of so, we need these types of metrics. But if we took a step back and we said we're gonna design metrics based on the human psychology, the way the human thinks, the way we feel. If we were designing metrics in that vein, I wonder what type of metrics we would then design. And then I'm curious about then how successful could businesses truly be. There are a lot of successful businesses in this world, tremendous success. But I contend that if we took a step back and we took a deeper look into how we are structuring our business systems, business culture, that if we are not focused on designing systems, metrics, operations around the human mind, and really more important, the human heart, then we're probably not as successful as we could be. And there's some data on that as well. But I am focused on continuing to contribute and add to that research, to add to the understanding if we actually took a step back and really examined how our businesses are designed and how we're actually measuring ourselves towards success, that we are probably, and I hypothesize that we are missing the marks in which we actually could be achieving higher marks, higher success, greater success, not only with business, but with, more importantly, with the people that are actually contributing and guiding that success for us. I think it's amazing findings. I'm so excited. I'm excited about today defending this work, this research, and honestly more excited about what comes next and continuing to investigate again the human heart and its connection into workplace environments and cultures and how it contributes to relationships and culture and performance. I think all of these areas, they fall in line not only in the workplace but in church organizations, in the government sector, you name it, in school systems. I believe that we have an opportunity to really delve into how we were inherently created and designed with a heart that guides us in all facets of our lives, and that we are not leveraging enough of it, that we are leaving our hearts at the doors of these buildings and places that we enter in on a daily basis, and that we should not be leaving our hearts there. We should be taking our hearts and whole with us, because ultimately the heart physically is there, but the activation of the heart is what I propose to you, that we should be allowing and giving permission and celebrating, not even really giving, but celebrating the activation of that heart in all places, all environments, whether it be work, home, church, school, community, you name it. We've got to activate the heart. We've got to activate the ability to love more, the ability to be intimate more with one another, because inherently that's how humans are designed. This isn't anecdotal stuff, made up stuff. This is science meets practical reality, like practical reality. I said it, practical reality, right? So it is not only practical, but it's also reality. That this is a science, and the science speaks volumes. We are built this way to yearn attraction, to yearn intimacy, to yearn love. And these words are not about romantic engagement. This is about human engagement. So I hope that ignites something within you to ask more questions about what are we missing in our workplaces? Are we missing the opportunity to activate intimacy, activate love, activate true connection? And if we are missing it, then how then is that influencing the organizational culture that we exist in, the performance that we aim to achieve? How? I hope these things really activate you because they activate me. And I appreciate you. Share this video with someone, please, and see you soon. Give me good luck. Give me good wishes today. I defend today. I'm excited today that we continue this journey around leading with love and what I love to call heart work. I'll see you soon.